David Wood is so happy. I'm so glad to have you on this interview. Thank you for agreeing to do this with me today.
It's my pleasure. This is really important.
I know it's your evening there in London, and I'm here in Scottsdale on 11 a.m. Monday morning. And David Wood is the chair for the London Futurists. You were at RAADfest last year, David. What did you like most about it?
Well, it comes down to the people. It was a tremendously interesting and inspiring group of people. We are, it's been said by Jim Rohn, we are the average of the five people we spend most of our time with.
For sure.
So we need to spend time with people who actually are better inspirations for what we can become.
Exactly.
So the people I met gave a lot of thought to me. It made me think a lot about, well, maybe I can become more like this person in this way and more like this person in that way.
Very good. Very good.
And there was lots of material, frankly, as well. Lots of very interesting material. I thought I knew a great deal of the material in this space, and I've been studying it for 10 years or so. But there's a lot that was new to me, and there was a lot that was reinforced in very useful ways. So as a helpful top-up and reinforcement, and as a guide to whole new areas. That's what I enjoyed from RAADfest last year.
Oh, beautiful. Well said. Thank you. So you were a moderator at RAADfest last year, and you're coming this year to moderate a very powerful panel, and which you did a great job at last year. Thank you. What are your ideas on this panel that you're thinking of? What are you going to bring new to RAADfest this year?
So I think it's important for every movement that there's a sense of tangible progress. It's not just we had this message last year, and by the way, we're having the same message this year with a few small changes. It's important that we can be aware of what we're learning in the course of 12 months. So my main question that I'm going to be quizzing the panelists on is, what have they seen that's different over the last 12 months compared to what they previously expected? I'll be looking for them to tell candidly what went less well than they expected, because we can learn from that kind of thing, as well as what went better than they expected, and what brand new things they weren't expecting at all that's happened. And as a result of all this, then we'll have a clearer sense of maybe what we need to do different in the next 12 months.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's great. That's what we need to hear. What is your single most important reason for you personally? I mean, been a radical life extension advocate for quite some time now. What is the single most important reason that you are working to end aging and death?
It's about human potential. We humans have got tremendous potential, all of us, everyone. And often we don't get the chance to live up to that potential for all kinds of reasons.
For sure.
But if we don't have life, then we don't have any potential at all. It's the most basic right of all. And then last, I'm not afraid to say it, I think death is a tragedy. It's not so much the dying, it's the fact that that potential is being cut off. And every time somebody dies, it's like a library burns down, all the knowledge, the experience, the wisdom gets lost. And I think we've had enough of these tragedies in the world, and
So
we need
true.
to fix it.
So true. So true. Well, thank you for that. Why do you think it's important? I mean, you're one of the I'll say leaders, and as far as a thought leader in the community of radical life extension. Why do you think it's important that people attend RAADfest?
So by being in RAADfest, we'll all be inspired, provoked, sometimes chastened as we see what others are doing. And we'll
Exactly.
wonder, could we be doing more? Or should we be doing things slightly differently? We all tend to get stuck into ruts. We all tend to become the victims of inertia, habit. That's not a bad thing. It's good to have good habits. It's good to have good rituals. But sometimes they become our masters instead of giving us the freedom to try new things. So if we surround ourselves as we can at RAADfest by people who are living the talk, who are actually doing things to make themselves much more vibrant and healthy, then we can learn from it as well. And we can compare our own ideas with what we hear from other people. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, great perspective. Great reason to be there. Yeah, I've seen it at RAADfest myself. Everybody has a role to play. And I think it helps us all get in touch with that role when we're moving together and getting distinct in what we're doing. And speaking of marketing, this morning I was thinking death is marketed strongly in this world. And we need to market. We don't need to be self-conscious about marketing what we're doing because it's totally for life. And I think we've had a reservation, some of us, to do that. And marketing is a great thing. And you see that every day, everywhere, that marketing, people are marketing death. So why should we market life? So thank you so much for this interview. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this that I didn't ask you, or just have in your mind you'd like to say today?
No, I think we've covered the points.
Okay.
This is the next step of
It
what's going
is.
to become an increasingly powerful phenomenon,
That's
the
right.
RAADfest phenomenon. And so it'd be a big step up from last year.
Yes.
We'll learn from both the strengths and the weaknesses of what happened over the last 12 months.
Exactly.
And we're going to do it again and again until the whole world is talking about this. No longer will death be the assumed default, the accepting death as a kind of thing that people believe is the sort of the noble way to go. You know, people say the purpose of life is to learn how to die. Well, we can do much better than that.
We can do much better than
The purpose of life is to live in all its abundance, fully and indefinitely.
Wow, thank you, David. Very profound interview. Thank you so much. You said it very well. Thank you.
You're welcome.